Hello again. I just found out that I'm in the LA Times. About a week ago, I was contacted by a reporter at the LA Times wanting to interview me for the story he was doing. I declined. I declined because it was a story about the whole YouTube cheating thing, and I felt like I said my piece. I was done with that. I was tired of the controversy, and it was out there for anyone to absorb what I already said. Before I get on to the contents of the story, I want to echo what Bahim said in one of his recent videos about this subject as well. The intent behind the video was not to encourage everyone out there to start rushing out and pointing fingers going,
he's cheating, look, he's cheating.
You missed the point, you're not helping. One of the videos I recorded the other day actually discusses this topic in a little more detail, so I won't go too much into that now, but what I will do is read you a bit from the article. It's written by a reporter by the name of Mr.Rushfield. As far as reporting goes, I'm not too sure whether this is journalism. Let me give you an example of the type of hyperbole this guy uses. The article starts out, not long ago the web seemed on the brink of bringing true democracy to entertainment. Through the most viewed, most discussed and highest rated lists of sites like YouTube and Technocracy, every web user was a mini studio boss, casting his voice for what deserved to be seen and heard. Soon, the web promised showbiz bigwigs would no longer shove their wages down the throat of the entertainment consumer. With the click of a mouse, every man was king, and able to vote with his eyeballs and watch his favourites rise to the top. Really? It became an article of cultural faith that the most viewed list and its ilk told you what your fellow citizens really wanted to see and hear. So great has this belief been that the power of user voting has become central organising principle of an entire genre of websites, such as YouTube and Dig. This is where the hyperbole starts to really sink in. I love this bit. Well, sometimes newborn democracies become Poland or Argentina, and sometimes they become Iraq. And the web system of government suddenly looks precariously balanced between those models. One element fueling the uncertainty is the popularity of a device called a refresher. Okay, it's not a device, it's a feature built into some browsers and a feature you can add to some other browsers with a plugin. The result is that in the last month, web video megaplex, YouTube, has hosted an ongoing battle over the sanctity of the most viewed list. Accusations have flown and the fingers have been pointed at some of the site's biggest stars, suggesting the system has been gamed, cheated, and scammed. You're going to love this bit. At stake is nothing less than the reputations of the new era's first giants and their entire framework around which new democracy has been constructed. Oh, God, give me a break. Now, this is the bit that refers to me, and I'm not quite sure how to react to this. Let's have a listen. The first j'accuse in the current round appeared on the site in a video posted October 23 by a vlogger using the name Blunty3000. A British accident Kevin Smith clone. British. Nice research, buddy. Australian. Say it with me. Australian. Aussie. Australian. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. If I was British, I'd be talking like this, wouldn't I? Paper Lilies is going to hate me for that. Australian! Oh, I do like the bit about being a Kevin Smith clone. I'll take that as a compliment, thank you. Kevin Smith clone with a trimmed beard and a backwards baseball cap. Don't know what you're talking about. Then he quotes a bit from my video, and he then goes on to paraphrase me saying, then Blunty3000 outlines the ways people can game the system, such as using refreshers and creating fake profiles to subscribe to one's profile, to push up one's placement in the all-important, holiest of holies, the YouTube all-time most subscribed list. Let me make this clear. The most subscribed list isn't the holiest of holies. I didn't say that, I didn't even imply it. What I was talking about when I was talking about cheaters making the whole system useless and more difficult, I use this site to entertain and communicate with other people out there. When cheaters come along, it makes it harder for me to do that. Simple as that. Blunty3000, like many of the indignant voices in the debate, expresses in his video an almost desperately idealistic belief in the ability of the most viewed list, if purged of cheating, to perform the natural selection process. Then he quotes me some more. The halls of YouTube soon resounded with the sounds of an Amen chorus, echoing Blunty 3000's plea. And then the rest of the article talks about Little Loco, how she made a video about cheaters and stuff, and then someone came along and tried to prove that she was indeed cheating and calling her a hypocrite and all that sort of garbage. But there is good news to come out of this rather dramatically written article, which is specifically designed to make the whole thing sound like it's some sort of apocalyptic battle between the forces of good and evil. He writes, actually, according to YouTube itself, help is on the way. In an emailed statement, Michael Powers, YouTube's senior product manager, wrote, "There will always be a handful of people that try to get around the system, but we have the tools and technology in place to prevent this from happening. When it comes to our attention that someone has attempted to falsely increase their numbers to gain placement on the top pages, we remove the video or channel from public view." I haven't been seeing that happen too much. But if there is one thing that YouTube's short history has already demonstrated, it is that every new technology will be met by forces determined to manipulate that technology for a personal gain. In less than a year, YouTube has gone from zero to absolute net dominance. To a question mark. What will the next year hold? God, I love journalism. Catch you next time.